Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Amazing Bacon Games. Today we're going to be starting a brand new series looking at some of the best horror games that are coming your way in 2020. Just to let you guys know, I'm not going to be doing any features on Resident Evil 3 Nemesis just because it's a remake and there's a lot of really good original horror games coming out this year that I would much rather focus on. Today we've got some really good RPG open world horror ranging all the way down to a throwback to a game that we've all grown up knowing and loving. And so make sure you join me after the break, and we're going to jump into Horror Games to Expect in 2020, Part 1. Up first on today's list, we have Rainbow Six Quarantine by Ubisoft. This is a 3-player tactical co-op, and it's set in the near future. Now, this game does take place in the Rainbow Six universe, so you can probably expect some sort of references to other games in the series. This game is created by a brand new developmental team from Ubisoft Montreal whenever they saw the success of Rainbow Six Siege Outbreak. That was basically the brainchild that became Rainbow Six Quarantine. You're going to be facing alien parasites that take over humans, both on your team and against you. So you need to make sure to always keep your head on a swivel and make sure that you're ready to fight at all times because you never know when that threat is going to come to you. If you're a fan of the almost zombie-esque, parasitic type of horror games, make sure that you check out Rainbow Six Quarantine when it hits the Xbox, PS4, and PC. Up second in our list, we have Doom Eternal by id Software and Bethesda Softworks. Now, I think everybody watching this video is probably familiar with the Doom name. This game has been around for 27 years. After a little bit of a lull in quality, Doom 2016 really came back with a bang, and Doom Eternal is looking to do the exact same thing. A lot of the visuals are going to be pretty similar, but you're looking at a 22-hour campaign that is full of modified weapons, features, maneuvers, attacks, all while still maintaining that throwback imagery that we know and love out of this style of game. There are a couple of new features, such as the center look feature, where it gives you that vintage, down the middle look down your weapon instead of the over right or over left shoulder. And we've also got a Sentinel Armor mode, which makes it easier for casual gamers when they come to the boss fights and things like that. You can disable it, purely just to make sure that you have a more difficult gameplay. Like I said, I think most of us that are watching this have probably played Doom at one point or another in our life, and this is going to be a great throwback. So if you were a fan, whether it was Doom 1, 2, Final Doom, or even Doom 2016 being your first exposure to it, make sure you check out Doom Eternal when it comes to the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Google Stadia. Coming in halfway down the list, and quite possibly my favorite game on this entire series, is Elden Ring. This is coming to us from Software and Bandai Namco. You may know those names from a little game called Dark Souls. Where this differs from Dark Souls is this is going to be a huge open world map and is the largest Dark Souls style game to date. Working together with George R.R. Martin, they've created a really deep story of multi-kingdom exploration that is canon with the Dark Souls universe, but with George R.R. Martin coming into it, it's going to add an entirely new twist that we've never seen before. If that name sounds familiar to you, he wrote a little series of books called A Song of Ice and Fire. You may know it as the TV show Game of Thrones. This is definitely going to be a game to look forward to if you're into that style, because the two of them working together is going to create all sorts of different visuals, attacks, combat, and an RPG element that we haven't seen before in horror games. This has been promised to be easier than the Dark Souls games, but we know what they consider easy, so be ready for a challenge. If you're into that dark, desperate style of horror where everything seems hopeless and it's you against the world, make sure you check out Elden Ring when it comes out in 2020. Here at number 4, we have Little Nightmares 2 by Tarsier Studios and another horror game by Bandai Namco. This game is full of unique animations, and for anybody that played the original Little Nightmares, then you're probably already familiar with the character Six. Your job in Little Nightmares 2 is to escape the prison mall. But instead of playing as Six, you're going to be playing as a new character named Mano. It's going to be up to the two of you guys to work together to solve puzzles, to survive these enemies, whether it's humanoid or creature. You're going to have to work together and make sure that you choose the best path out of this. This is a dark, surreal game that reminds me a lot of Tim Burton type animation and movies. Myself, I'm a big fan of that style, so if you are, make sure that you check out Little Nightmares 2 on the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Closing out today's list, we have Unholy by Duality Games. Basically, this is a game where you're at the bottom of a food chain in the last city on a dying planet. It's not looking really good for you, especially the fact that you're playing as a mother whose daughter gets kidnapped. It's bad enough that your daughter gets kidnapped, but on top of all that, you have to work and fight against a societal cast, not only of other humans, but of beasts and even a plague. You can play this world however you see fit. You can be stealthy and sneak your way through, or you can just unleash your primal bloodlust and kill everything in your path. Rest assured though, everything in this world is going to react and change based on your decisions. On top of all of that, you have to deal with not only your physical health like any other game, but you also have to worry about your mental health. As you slip further and further and further into paranoia and hysteria, you have to decide what's real and what's fake. Which fight is more important? The mental fight or the physical fight? That's also an issue you're going to have to address in this game. If you like psychological horrors that really get inside your head and make you question your decisions, make sure you check out Unholy on the PC. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you for today. But on the topic of mental health, I wanted to make sure that you've checked in on yourself today and asked yourself, is there anything that I could be doing to make myself feel better? Sometimes that's just going out for a cup of coffee. Sometimes it's just picking up the phone, texting a friend. Or sometimes it's just going for a nice little drive to get thoughts out of your head and let yourself unwind. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you've taken that moment today to make yourself feel better and to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're number one, and if you're not happy, you can't make anybody else happy. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate any likes, comments, or subscriptions, but above all else, I just want to make sure that you're still here next time. Not because of me, but because you deserve to be. And I want you to take care of yourself. This is The Amazing Bacon. I'll talk to you guys later.